episode 56 of the Lonely Knitter podcast. My name is Laura and welcome to my knit night. I'm coming to you from the east coast of England, the most easterly point of England in fact, where I live with my husband, my almost 3-year-old, my newborn son, he's not newborn anymore, he's a month old, and our cat. You can find me on Ravelry as the Lonely Knitter 2. You can find the Ravelry group, the Lonely Knitter podcast group, over there too. My patterns are for sale on Ravelry. I also have a Patreon account where I give extra content, or at least I'm going to be planning quite a lot of extra content coming up, and giveaways, quarterly giveaways, and extra 6 monthly giveaways on top of that, and just in general extra bits of me. And you can find me on Instagram as the Lonely Knitter. So it's been a while. First of all, I need to say thank you so much to all of my fabulous viewers who have checked in on me over the last 2 months. So I recorded a podcast, what should have been episode 56. This is episode 56. If I ever get around to finding that, editing that and posting that podcast, then that will be the podcast episode that got lost. But this is episode 56 now. So I first recorded an episode that I was going to be calling episode 56 back in November. It's around like the 3rd, 4th of November. And then the week of the 5th of November, I was 32 weeks pregnant and I had a few little warning signs that things might not be okay. So I took myself off to my local hospital where I was seen, and I went in on a Monday night and they let me go home. Same things happened again on the Tuesday, so I went back in on the Tuesday night and they didn't let me go home. And then for like a week, 9 days, the doctors came around every single day. There were more doctors every single day, like as in the first day I saw one, the second day I saw one. The next day, like 3 doctors were on it. The next day there were like 4 doctors on it, and it just seemed to get bigger and bigger and bigger until there was no more room in my cubicle. So I was on a ward, I was in a bay, I did not have a private room at this point. I was seriously missing my daughter. Luckily our hospital is literally 10 minutes up the road from us. So my husband was bringing her in every day. And it was very hard at that point because I was on the bay with women who haven't had their babies yet. So these are all women who are coming in either to be induced or because they're in the very early stages of labour and they need to be monitored. And then within 1, 2, sometimes if they were unlucky with an induction, 3 days, those women were being carted off out of there to go and have their babies. Next thing I know, I'll be wandering down the ward to have a shower or go to the loo, and there would be this woman who was in the bed next to me with her baby, lovely and happy. It didn't happen for me. As I said, I was only 32 weeks pregnant, and 32 and a half weeks pregnant, and basically one of the scars from my cesarean, my emergency cesarean with my daughter, was so thin that they couldn't measure it on a sonogram. They said that it looked like it was less than 1 millimetre thick. And they decided eventually that I couldn't leave the hospital until I had had my baby boy. So I ended up being in hospital for 25 days. And then I had a cesarean, a planned cesarean. And then we were in for six days afterwards. So I ended up living in the hospital for 31 days. Luckily on day 10, they realised that I was really struggling mental health wise to be on a bay because it had been such a long period of time and I hadn't been sleeping properly, because there was women in labour, or early stages of labour, in the same bay as me, making a lot of noise most of the time, or even if they were quiet, the staff were obviously constantly bringing in new women, sometimes in the middle of the night. So I never got a good night's sleep. I'm not complaining. Oh. I'm not complaining, but I was struggling, and this is why I don't have to complain, they realised straight away, hefted me off to a side room as soon as one was free, and I lived in there for the next 21 days. So, all of that to say, welcome, newest member of my family, my little sleep thief. This is Alfie. Alfie, say hi. No, he's like, oh. Ooh. This is Alfie. So I'm a baby wearer. I was a baby wearer with my daughter. I'm definitely a baby wearer with my son, mainly because I need my hands free. With my daughter, it's because I need my hands free to knit. Now it's because I need my hands free to knit and take care of my daughter. Yeah, so he will be joining me probably for a few weeks if he's a bit unsettled. My daughter could sleep anywhere. My son likes to sleep on a human. He likes to sleep on me. It's like, if I give him to my husband, I get a lot of straight away from this little tiny person. We're going to try and break it. But I'm back. I'm so sorry I was gone so long, and I'm so sorry I worried some of you. It was so sweet of you, the people who sent me messages and checked that I was okay. It was also so sweet of you, everybody who I've spoken to, mainly through Instagram, because I've made a lot of friends in this community. I have gone from really struggling with my identity as a mum, not working in a full-time job because I don't have the childcare, and sort of knowing who I am and feeling alone a lot of the time. And yeah, I don't have that anymore because I went into hospital, and I didn't get that many visitors in hospital because I wasn't seriously ill. I was just there on like a waiting game. But I got so much post. I got cards, I got chocolate and sweets, and yarn. I got some yarn, and I got cross stitch because at that point I really wanted to have a go at cross stitch, or another go at cross stitch. I know how to cross stitch already, I just didn't have any in the hospital or at home, to be honest. And yeah, I slept a lot. I went a little bit stir crazy because of the thickness of my, or the thinness of my scar. I wasn't really able to leave the ward much. So there was a period in the 25 days before I had him, I left the ward quite a lot in the first week, and then I left it twice after that, once for like a mini baby shower and once in an attempt to get to M&S for chocolate, which was quickly aborted. There was an M&S in the hospital. I wasn't trying to like full on hop a bus and go to M&S for chocolate. There are way cheaper places to buy chocolate. Anyway, so yeah, I basically have a lot of thank yous that I want to give. I mean, I've obviously thanked people in person, but you know, like on messages and stuff, but I need to say it here as well. I love you guys. I love you. Anyway, on to the knitting, on to the normal content. Now, this week will not be a normal podcast because I have so much to show you, it is ridiculous. I can't physically catch up on all of the projects that I have knit over the last 2 months. There's no way. So we're just going to sort of pick up from where I am now. Here, I'm going to be creating more content, stuff for just Patreon, a few bits for just Patreon that's like personal things to me, and then a few crafty bits that will be going on YouTube. But from now on, Patreon viewers will be getting their videos, all videos, 24 hours earlier than anybody else. So if you are a Patreon subscriber, you will get the normal podcast 24 hours earlier than any normal viewer. If you are an ordinary subscriber on YouTube, that's fine too. Thank you so much for subscribing, and you will get to watch the episode as often as I put them out. Still kind of hoping for weekly, we will see. If you are subscribed to the first level of my Patreon, then you will get the podcast episodes a full day beforehand. If you are the 2 top tiers, then you will get other little perks as well, and you will get the extra videos, any extra content videos that I put up, you will get those 24 hours before they go out to the public as well. So I have a Patreon video to film tomorrow. It's all the giveaways. Oh my gosh, it's all the prizes, it's all the giveaways over here. I have so many prizes in front of me. Patreon, I will be filming a video for you tomorrow and popping it up on the page with our 2 giveaways that need to go on. So I do a quarterly giveaway over on Patreon and an extra 6 monthly giveaway on top of that for certain tiers. So I have, out of what I'm going to draw, I have a gorgeous skein of Family Tree yarns. Jane from Family Tree Yarns sent this. It's in the vintage Christmas colourway. A little bit late, I know, but you know, you could knit yourself some socks for next year. Put it into a shawl, contact Jane and get loads more and make a Christmas jumper. Jane at Family Tree Yarns is one of my loveliest friends, and she has always supported the podcast, always given me prizes and things to give away to you guys, and this will be one of the Patreon giveaways this time around. And then it will also come with a bar of wool soap. This is Hey Mama Wolf wool soap in the cedarwood and the lanolin. So that will be the first Patreon prize to go out, and then the next one I have is a skein from my stash of Love Bugs yarn and some stitch markers, and this one is MCN sock. So those Patreon guys, that's coming to you probably before this video goes up, maybe about the same time. Then I have some winners to announce. I do have another giveaway coming up that is open for anyone watching who did not participate, is not Patreon. There is something for you guys. So I've gone onto my podcast group and I'll do the chatter thread first. So I'm going to draw 1 prize from the chatter thread, and then I'm going to draw 2 prizes from the finished objects thread for my Before 2020 knit along. So I ran a Before 2020 knit along for the last quarter of the year, or a big chunk of the last quarter of the year in 2019. And I ended up not, when I went to hospital, dropping the ball and not participating half as much as I wanted to in terms of being in the chatter thread and talking about it, posting on Instagram, etc, etc. This year, my friends, is the year of change. I will talk about that in a little while. But first, without further ado, I am going to draw prizes for the Before 2020 Cal. So, from the chatter thread, I will draw 1 prize. We have 49 posts. The first one is definitely me. So from 2 to 49, so I need a random number generator. Should have opened that first, would have been clever. Random number generator. So I'm going to draw from post 2 to post 40. Generate. Post number 47. This one won't be me. If it is me, I'll be very surprised. Okay. So the winner, I don't know how to say this name, and I'm going to feel bad if I say it wrong, so I'll put it down here on the screen. You win a prize. You win this giant amazing bag from Busy Pottering. Thank you so much. This was a prize donated to the podcast and I'm so grateful, and you are a hero. Can you tell I'm really hyped up to be recording a podcast after all this time? That was a loud laugh. So I feel like I'm talking to my friends after ages of talking to no one who gets me. I mean, I have been talking to people who get me because I'm still on Instagram and I'm still on WhatsApp. So Yarnies, you're out there. But in terms of this, where I can just blah, 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 blah at you about yarn, project bags, things like that, this is a big deal for me. I'm very happy over here. So this gorgeous busy pottering bag is a large seaside bag. It has a big pocket on the inside, and there's a T and some stitch markers in there too. That is going to you. I'll put you there again. Get in touch with me. Get in touch with me. And let me know your address so I can send this to you. The reason I think it's absolutely hilarious that this post has one is because if you check in the chat thread, post number 47 is an informative post on how to watch a thread on Ravelry. That she was telling my friend Laurie how to do it, and Laurie was very happy about that. I say my friend, again, Instagram. I know people's names now through YouTube, Instagram, Ravelry. You're my friends. So yeah, I'm really, really chuffed that was a helpful post and you won. So I'm going to go back to the, I haven't spoken this much in ages. I haven't left the house yet in 2020. That might also be why I'm a little bit, the date, I haven't said the date. I'll get it on a little, you'll have seen a bit at the beginning where I'll go, the date is. But it is Sunday the 5th of January. It's 9:36. I'm knackered. I've been up since 4 AM. Anyway, if I go back to my podcast group, and we dip in to the No Chatter FO thread. And I have 2 prizes for you guys. First up, in this bag, because I love these bags. So this is a Poundland tote. I love a Poundland tote, and when I bought this, it was around Halloween, and I was like, it's a Cruella Poundland tote. Yes. So you're getting a Poundland tote. Don't worry, that is not what you're getting. Are you ready for this? You ready for this? You get a tea, get a little Werther's original, you know, the usual. But in here, there is a skein of Fruitful Fusion dies. Ishrat is a gem of you. She sent me this as a giveaway because she is an absolute angel. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. So here we go. Check out her yarn because, oh my gosh, it's all beautiful. Really, really, really beautiful. This is a skein of Eternal. And it's living in this Cruella bag, and I will random number generator draw from the FO thread. Da, 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 da. There's a hair in my mouth. So we have 118 posts. The first one is me. So we want to go from 2 to 118. Generate. We have post number 71. I don't know if you can see that, and I realise I didn't do that before, but it's post number 71. Where do we think post 71 will be? Page 4? Sad time starts at 76. Page 3. Post number 71 is Linda. I'll put it down here. And Linda, you won, or Linda, you won with this gorgeous Christmas bauble. Aww. That is so cute, you guys. So, you win the skein of Fruitful Fusion dies and the very glamorous Poundland Cruella de Vil tote. If you want to get in touch with me, Instagram, Ravelry, however you want to get in touch with me, let me know your address so I can post it out to you. I won't be posting any prizes until next Monday because I have another giveaway going that I'm going to tell you about in a little while that any of you can enter if you want. And I want to do one trip to the post office with my toddler and baby. So last prize, there is one more prize to draw from, alright? It's okay. Please don't wake up. Oh no. So, there is one last prize to draw from, oh no, this is all going wrong. Okay, there is one last prize to draw from this thread. It's for an amazing Jibby Rousseau's bag. The lovely ladies over at Jibby Rousseau's gave me a project bag to give away to you guys on the podcast, and it is going in as part of this knit along prize. So here you go. It's a rainbow bag. It's yellow. It's beautiful. if you have never been to Jibberoo Sews Etsy page, then you definitely should. A bit warm in there, little man. Then you definitely should, because they have amazing project bags that really do fit absolutely anyone's budget, in my opinion. So generate post number 68. That's quite close to 71. We can just scroll up, right? 68. Ah. Okay, my rainbow Jibberoo Sews bag is going to Dr. Sockstagram. Dr. Sockstagram is my lovely friend Alice, and this is the hat that she won this prize with. And another reason why I love the internet and my friends, Dr. Sockstagram, nearly turned into something else there, Alice. Alice sent me a bundle of goodiness while I was in hospital that massively cheered me up when I was having a really hard day. I had a lot of hard days in hospital, I'm not gonna lie. And in that package was a hat, a little sock weight baby hat knit in the Dunder Knit rainbow, and it was the hat that my son wore home from hospital. It's actually the only hat that he has worn so far out of the house, because it's the only one little enough for his little head, and I'm not gonna lie, it's actually a little bit too big for his little head, because he's still quite little, but none of the other hats are anywhere near fitting him, so this is still the best fit for him. But yeah, Alice, Dr. Sockstagram, she won, but she is also the woman who made the hat that my son wore home from hospital. So those are all of the prizes to go with the knit along, and now we have the last prize. This is a giveaway that I am running from now, or from today, from whenever you see this, it will already be up. I'm going to post it on Instagram, so this is an Instagram giveaway. It will be going up on Monday, so that is the 6th of January, and I will be closing it the following Monday, and from then I can post out. So I might end up doing more than one. Maybe I'll close it on the Sunday. I'll close it on the Sunday, because you never know, then I can tag someone, hopefully they'll get in touch with me, and then I hope we can post it to them on Monday. Fingers crossed, otherwise yeah, it will be 2 trips to the post office. I made this. I thought someone might like it. So I had some amazing advent calendars this year, and I still had a few scraps of yarn of my own rolling around. And after I made all my advent calendars, not many, literally not many, this is all. And I've put them, because I love chocolate, I'm not gonna lie, I love chocolate. Ferrero Rocher are one of my favourite chocolates. They're very expensive, so I don't get them very often. I did get a little cone pyramid thingy of Ferrero Rocher for my mummy get together. After I came out of hospital, we had a little Christmas party thing. So my son was born on the 29th of November. Oh wait, I'm 4. Son was born on the 29th of November, and then roll round the 20th of December, and we had this little mummy get together with my sister-in-law, our 2 friends, and they all have babies, well, toddlers, born in the same week as my daughter, and we all share birthday parties and hang out together, and they're a fab bunch. And I kept the packaging from the Ferrero Rocher that I took to the party and took it home. And I have wound up 5-gram minis, which funnily enough fit perfectly into the spaces. So I'm going to put this on Instagram. Quite a lot of this is Brambles in Me yarn, which I designed my Cozy Memories, Cozy Moments, my brain's gone, Cozy Moments socks last year, and my Nest Point socks last year out of, and my Perth Festival of Yarn Road to Perth shawl. So I've designed a lot with Brambles in Me, Mia, and yeah. This one's hers. This is her Hot Toddy, which is like her signature colourway. It's so Mia. That's a Brambles in Me. That's all on that layer. On this layer, that's a Brambles in Me. That's a Brambles in Me. On the bottom layer, I'm sleep deprived. Leave me alone. We have that's a Brambles in Me. That red one's a Rosie's Moments. That's a Brambles in Me, that's a Brambles in Me, that's a Dragon Hill Studio, that's a Brambles in Me, that's a Brambles in Me. I don't know who half of the others are, they are just out of my stash. But if you are knitting on any scrappy blankets, they are 5 gram minis. Scrappy projects, scrappy blankets, anything that you want to put it into. I'm giving this away on my Instagram. All you're going to have to do is the basic normal Instagram thing. Like the post, follow me, comment, tag some people, share it if you want to, that sort of thing. It is on Instagram, not on YouTube. I will look at doing a YouTube giveaway maybe in the future, but to be honest, YouTube is difficult for me to do giveaways on. I find it a lot harder in terms of messaging, etc. That's right, little man. Want to switch over sides? Hi. Oh, he's having a poo. I hope you can't hear some of the noises that I can hear. Okay, so I better wrap this up quick. Go over to Instagram and check this out. It'll be there. I'm knitting on some vanilla socks. I'm knitting on a whole lot more vanilla, more than vanilla. Oh my gosh, socks. But a lot of them are designs. I will get them out over the following weeks, show you what's going on, what I want to do. But this year, I really want to take my designing to a bit of a new level. I'm working with a lot more software, a lot more technology, and I'm really looking at making my patterns a bit more professional and seeing what I can do in the knitting world, because the knitting community is a place I want to be, and it has made me really realise the last year that I want to work within this community with the people that I value so much. At the moment I work 2.5 days a week in a day job. I would love to not have to do that anymore and instead come over to the knitting community. I don't need to earn what I earn in the day job. It can be a lot less. So I'm thinking maybe this might actually be something I can do. When I say I don't need to earn it, that all depends on a few factors that we're hoping will happen over the next 6 to 12 months, and I have 7.5 months left of maternity leave. So there is a little cough. So there is a chance, I'm gonna get this little guy out. There is a chance that maybe I could get on my way to doing this while on maternity leave. We shall see. Anyway. Keep an eye out for any more patterns and things that I will be talking about on Instagram. Come and chat with me over on Instagram, because my Instagram friends are my absolute faves. Oh my baby. Oh. My Instagram friends are my absolute faves, and yeah, I love it over there. I love my people, my mates. So as you will probably notice, have a craft cart here in the background. I will be doing a video on the craft cart sometime this week, hopefully, and going for it, because I'm calling it my home office at the moment, because honestly I really need to step up my game if I want to build something around my family that makes me actually happy. I know it's everyone's dream, and I know not everyone can pull it off, and there's a good chance that I might be one of those people that can't pull it off, but I am going to give it my all, so you never know, let's see. Thank you so much if you have made it all the way through this half an hour of me rambling. A slightly grizzly baby who has lost his socks. And yeah, I just appreciate you coming back if you have. If you're new, thank you so much for dealing with me this week. I promise we will be a little bit more unplanned and a little bit more knitty, well, a lot more knitty, we better be, by next week, and everything will be getting back to normal. So as always, thank you so much for making me so much less of a lonely knitter. I love you guys.